Live from the Bommarito Digital Studio.
Hey, welcome to the Digital Studio. I'm Kent Ehrhardt, and this is Great Day Extra Live, and we're glad you joined us today. Hopefully you were watching Great Day and you realize what our subject matter is today. We have a guest from Victory Men's Health, and that is Dr. David Yablonsky. Thanks for sticking around.
My pleasure. Great to be here. Thank you.
Obviously, ED is a subject that's a little difficult for some men to talk about and approach, but we're in a comfortable place here. This may be a video that you may want to share with a friend. That might not be a bad idea. And the nice thing is, this lives, even though we're live right now on streaming on Facebook, this will live on the Facebook page, and people can refer people to this video, and maybe this is an introduction to a path to wellness for some guys.
Sure. And, you know, all men are going to deal with this issue. They may not admit to it, but all men are eventually going to have to contend with things not working as well as they used to. So whether it's at age, I mean, we have guys that start coming in with issues in their 30s, 40s. By the time a guy gets into his mid-50s, if he says everything is just like it used to be when he was 20, I know he's lying. So,
well, but like you said, it's not always a product of age.
correct.
There are other issues that can be at work here.
That's right.
And that's what's important. Let's talk a little bit about Victory Men's Health itself. How long has it been around? What got you involved with them?
Yeah, so about 2 years now, and it was started by a few people, not myself, and the idea was to put together a real premier place for men's health optimization. So it's not just a testosterone clinic. I think sometimes everybody gets really focused on testosterone, and yes, testosterone really important. You can't do male optimization, hormone optimization, talk about sexual dysfunction without discussing testosterone.
It's kind of been a hot topic and a hot subject for some time now.
It is, and it's also, there's also a lot of players for profit have gotten into the market. And so I think where Victory separates itself is it's a real medical clinic. I'm a real doctor. We have real healthcare providers there. We are very careful not only to listen to the guys when they're coming in and talk about, you know, get in depth in terms of, okay, how's your sex life? Let's talk about it. How about the erections? Orgasm. We talk about all that stuff. And the key is, though, that we're also looking at the person as a whole. We get a really extensive lab panel. And so, you know, I'm a board certified internist. So I'm used to diagnosing and treating an extensive array of diseases. So the lab panels we get, sometimes the guys come in, for example, and they're having severe erectile dysfunction, and like, well, you have uncontrolled diabetes. That's why.
Oh.
Did you know that? No, I never knew that.
Wow.
We've picked up brain tumors. We screen for a disease called hemochromatosis, which is an iron overload disorder that iron actually infiltrates the testicles. We have picked up 4 or 5 cases in the last year.
Really?
That will save these guys' lives. Not only will we help them with erectile dysfunction, but that disease does not present, there's no symptoms usually until they start having heart and liver problems.
Do you find that general practitioners are hesitant to refer to a clinic like yours, although your clinic is very unique?
Right.
Is it something that medical doctors, while maybe not having expertise in that, think they can handle it themselves?
Yeah, there's a wide array of, you know, so it's getting better. I'll say this. I also have a primary care practice. Again, I'm an internist, and so I can kind of see it from both sides. My colleagues in the primary care realm, whether they're family doctors or internists like myself, probably, unless they went out and got additional training like I did, probably are not that well versed on this topic. Now, are they qualified to go ahead and supplement testosterone, some of these guys? As long as they know how to do it.
Right.
There's a lot of ignorance out there. I'm going to tell you that right now, and I run into it. And there's probably, this is probably, you know, part of it is due to the fact that there's a lot of clinics that have jumped out there around the country that are really just hawking testosterone.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
And the fact that you take a much more medical approach,
right,
and the fact that you're talking about some of these other things that you've encountered with some of these guys that may have saved their lives.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't presenting itself as diabetes,
Sure.
or it wasn't presenting itself as iron.
Exactly. Yeah, and we're not there to one up the regular doctors. We hopefully can complement. When we do catch these other problems, we're not saying, you know, shame on your doctor for not catching this. Most of these guys haven't seen their doctor in a while, haven't given them an opportunity. We immediately send them back to their primary care doctor, or we help them find one. So we're not in competition with the primary care doctors. We really are just another resource, and are specializing in this area. And I'll tell you, the insurance industry is such that, and in my own clinic, my own regular primary care clinic, it's hard to do the hormone modulation and optimization properly. You really need to be in an environment where you're not distracted from all the other disease-laden types of cases, and you're really focused on men's wellness.
And there's a lot of bad press about that because of some of the clinics, like you said, that are basically just handing it out.
They're just hawking products.
And so the insurance companies obviously are going to be, you know, careful about that. And it's interesting because I'm keeping track of our viewers. And first of all, you have Brian, who said he's been coming to your clinic for some time and had some problems, and he said, but not anymore. So great for Brian. That's great. That's a great testimonial.
Yeah.
But somebody else asked about insurance.
Yeah.
And hormone therapy.
Right.
And is it covered by insurance?
In general, no.
Okay.
So Victory Men's Health, we don't work in the insurance model. And sometimes guys are, oh no, you know, but it's once you come as a patient, you realize that what you're getting, you could never get in insurance-based practice. It'd be impossible. Insurance wouldn't cover most of these things. You'd be fighting with them. They're intrusive. They are always trying to pull records and decide if my diagnosis is correct. They being non-medical people.
Right.
So, and you don't have to be rich.
And you can point a finger again at those other clinics that have popped up that are just handing this stuff out.
Sure, if you're just doing testosterone and that's all you're doing, and everybody that comes in is going to get a prescription, you can try to submit it through insurance. But we do so much more than just testosterone. We have a whole array of products that help guys with optimizing their overall wellness, their muscle mass, their energy, fat loss, libido. We have things called peptides. This is a relatively newer area. These are prescription medications that we get guys to help them with health optimization, increase their growth hormone. Safe, it's legal. Not a lot of people in the general medical world, in the traditional one, know about these things.
It's called Victory Men's Health. And so, you know, for years it's been acceptable for ladies to have, as they should, OBGYNs, specialists that deal with ladies' problems. And I think the men's side on that got a little ignored for some time, for the most part.
Sure.
It's nice to see us getting caught up a little bit.
Yeah, there's this term called andropause, and it's the male equivalent to menopause. I first heard that about 20 years ago when I started getting training in this. And it's really simple. I mean, as we get older, even if we don't have any of these other diseases we mentioned, these hormone levels that make us feel young and vibrant and have a great sex drive and very hard erections, as we get older, these hormone levels go down. And this idea of, well, are you getting older? Yeah, and we can't prevent you from getting older, but why wouldn't somebody want to feel better, reverse some of the aging effects, some of the degeneration, just feel better for a longer period of time? The inevitable is inevitable. We're not promising people we're going to make them live longer, but feeling better while they're alive.
Quality of life.
Quality of life.
And that's what it's about. And again, I think from the outside, having seen the bad press and the things that we've talked about, you could do more harm than good if you're not handling this hormone prescription correctly. And also the quality of the product itself too is important.
All these are critically important.
So and I know you monitor that closely, and so you're telling me that it is okay that we can use these products if they're used safely under medical doctor's guidance, and that's what you're getting at VMH.
You bet.
All right, let's talk about locations, because Will, I believe it was, wanted to know about locations. 2 locations, one on each side of the river, right?
Exactly. So no excuse to not come in, right?
We've got one in Illinois in O'Fallon.
That's right. Yep.
I should have them right
Green
here.
Mountain Road.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody knows where that is if you're on the east side.
Nice building, yeah.
And then another one in Town and Country.
Exactly.
Near 270 and and I-64, the
Right.
Decatur area.
I always put my Waze on it. I just get there. I don't really know how I got
You
there.
don't know how to get there,
Yeah,
but you can get
I
there.
get there, yeah.
I'm going to give you the 2 phone numbers. I'll give them to you again a little bit later. If you don't have a pencil and paper, you can run and get one. But 618-632-9000. Of course, that's the Illinois side. And then on the 314 side, it's 314-833-9000. I will give those to you again. You can always back this video up as well to catch them. But we'll give you both the Illinois and the Missouri locations. I don't know that we want to talk too much about cost because somebody's asking about cost, and it's going to differ for different people.
It varies. The one thing I'll say is you don't have to be rich to do this. Our patients are range from people making, well, I don't want to say what they're making, but from all walks of life. We've got people in traditional trades and blue collar jobs, all the way up to CEOs and presidents of companies and everybody in between. We have people where money is not an issue; they don't care what it costs. We have people that are on tight budgets. So we're really competitively priced. People don't feel gouged there. There's not some big, strong sales thing that occurs when you come in there. You don't walk out having signed something like, "My God, what have I just done?" You don't have to be rich to come in there and get this help.
And you're talking to a doctor, not what I like to call a closer. Somebody who's trying to get you to sign on the dotted line and then get into the program, and and then the money starts flowing.
Right.
We've got some great testimonials. You'll see them on the bottom of your screen. That most of the people are asking questions, and your patients are answering them. So that's a good sign.
Better yet.
And what is the cost of feeling good and having that quality of life return? I think is really what you have to ask yourself if this is in consideration.
We spend money on much stupider things than feeling better and having your health restored and your sex life restored. Sometimes we talk about your Starbucks money.
Yeah.
Nothing against Starbucks, but most people, if it's a priority, can find a way to spend $200, $300 a month on feeling a lot better.
And you're gonna find in some cases, I would imagine, that you're spending money on things that you're going to tell me that's really not helping you. Let's try this.
Yeah. Oh, people are out there getting all these supplements that they really
just shift the money you're already spending.
Yeah, we've got a 17-year-old untrained teenager on his high school job selling people supplements in stores, telling them what it's going to do for them, and they're spending money on this. So, yeah. So this environment, when they come to Victory, is such a great experience for people. The clinics are absolutely beautiful. It's definitely caters to the man. Women will not feel uncomfortable there. But
you said in Great Day today, you love it when men bring their partners.
Love it. Yeah, because we just get more insights. We can really get in there. We get the details. Men are kind of funny as patients compared to women. Men tend to not always disclose the details. They're filtering in their own minds, and I don't want people to filter. Let me filter. I'll decide what we need to know and not know. When the wives or girlfriends or partners come in, we get the real story.
Well, and I would imagine it's the kind of thing too where you can kind of say, listen, nothing you say today is going to be the first time I've heard it. It's not going to be a shock. It's not going to be a surprise. I talk about this stuff with men all day, every day. And so let's put everything out on the table here and get you feeling better.
I could write a book. You can't believe some of the stories. But the reality is nothing shocks me or surprises me, or any of the staff in there, by the way. So people do not need to feel uncomfortable about talking about whatever they want to talk about within their sex lives. We're not going to roll our eyes or get uncomfortable. You couldn't embarrass me if you tried.
Terry says he's very interested, and Brian says the people who work there are great. I don't know what more you can ask for than that. That's important to walk away. And some of the other things, you talked about energy levels. What are some of the other things that men bring to the clinic?
Sure. So the typical scenario is usually a guy that says fatigue is a big presentation, big symptom.
And what age group does this start at?
Believe it or not, we've got guys in their mid-20s on up.
Really?
We've got guys from their mid-20s, maybe even early 20s, that usually come in with some type of sexual dysfunction. And we've got men that have come in their 90s.
Wow.
Yeah, everything in between. The average age is probably in 40s and 50s.
They're starting to notice a change.
Yeah, exactly. And
not only in the ED aspect, but also in, like you said, in just general health and energy levels.
Right, energy levels. They're having a harder time getting to the gym. They can't understand why sometimes in their lives nothing's changed diet or exercise wise, and why is my muscle mass fading and the fat's coming on? Things like this. I mean, and I'm more tired, and I don't care. I don't have the motivation I used to have. So we hear that story a lot.
First consultation, people are asking about that. Do you have a sit down and talk about?
So what happens is they'll, it's $99.
Okay.
They'll get a really extensive lab as part of that. There may be a slight additional amount. I think it could be as much as another $50 for this large panel of labs. Depends on their insurance. That part is submitted to insurance on the blood test.
And keep in mind that these things that we're talking about are being looked at by a medical doctor. Okay.
Right, or a nurse. So I'm medical director. I also see patients there, and we have trained nurse practitioners that also work
so
with
when
me.
you're looking at that whole panel, that's how you come up with these other issues that you recognize in some of your patients: the diabetes, the iron.
You bet.
Not so much iron deficiencies, but surplus of
excess.
iron.
Yeah, and if I'm not personally seeing you, I get calls throughout the week and texts from our nurse practitioners running things by me. If we don't know what to do with something, we're going to find out.
Well, it's Victory Men's Health, and it's a great option for you if you're experiencing some of this, whether it's just low energy and, like you said, the muscle mass issues. I'm still going to the gym. I haven't changed my diet, but my energy's down, and I feel like I'm losing muscle mass. That's the story of my life. You just described my life right there. Yes, it is related to age, but that doesn't mean that things have to deteriorate as much or as quickly as they are. You can monitor that, and you can improve that, and you can do it safely. And I think that's, as not being in this and looking at it from the outside, I think that's what a lot of people feel like, is that they're seeing these commercials popping up on the air, and you know, we can buy the pills without even talking to anybody. We just order them, and we don't know, like a lot of things, they're not FDA approved, and we don't know what the quality of them is. It can be done safely, and all you have to do is pick up the phone. And again, there are 2 locations, one on each side of the river. We've got one in Illinois in O'Fallon. Pick up the phone, call 618-632-9000. And then on the Missouri side, it's in Town and Country, 314-833-9000. And you were talking earlier when we were on the show that these are very comfortable environments. This is a place you're going to walk into and feel comfortable immediately.
Absolutely.
And that's important.
You may not want to leave. I mean, we've got these massage chairs, and it's I mean,
they're not coin operated.
These are high end.
Making money on those on the side?
No. It comes with, it's free massages. Yeah. We do IV infusions there too. That's a whole nother line of services we offer. We do, like I said, we have got testosterone. We have peptides that we deal with.
That sounds interesting.
Very interesting. We could spend an hour just talking about that. We do all sorts of supplementation where needed. It's not one size fits all. We're very, we're using a rifle, not a shotgun when we're making recommendations. So there's a lot
working with your doctor. A lot of these other approaches that we talked about, you're outside your medical care. This is working one-on-one with your doctor in some cases. I mean, I'm sure your doctor is going to know about all of these things.
Oh, yeah. We encourage patients to share anything we do there. We want them to share with their regular doctors. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Great to be here. Thank you. Pleasure.
Good discussion. And share this. If you know somebody who might be able to use it, don't be afraid to share it in the family or in your friendship group. Again, Victory Men's Health in Illinois at 618-632-9000, or on the Missouri side, 314-833-9000. If you have additional questions and you're on the computer right now, you can find them on the web at victorymenshealth.com. victorymenshealth.com. We'll see you again.
Thanks. Appreciate it.